Hi everyone, welcome into PrepZone Wrap-Up presented by Bevill State Community College. I'm Brett Elmore in for James Phillips from Oldies 101.5 alongside the sports editor of the Daily Mountain Eagle, Johnathan Bentley. Jonathan, good to see you.
Yeah, I know. It's weird being in here with you.
Yeah,
This is James's deal.
This is his deal, and I'm filling in for him this week. But let's talk about football. That's what we're here for. The game of the week with the Daily Mountain Eagle was Dora and Corner, the county line clash. Really didn't live up to expectation.
No. I mean, I was expecting the way Dora's scoring, I was going to be really close no matter what. That's just the way they play. They kind of play close games. Yeah. And in the second half, they just took it to them.
And I heard that Dora may have had some issues, maybe some players out, I'm not sure. And this is one of those games, it's a rivalry game, but it seems like it's hard to predict this rivalry.
Right. I mean, who would have think the Corner would win the last three?
Right. And to, the game Friday night, when I heard that Dora may have some players out, I thought, Corner's, they're probably going to take this. And then I look at the phone, and then it's 42-14. So that's why I don't live in Vegas, and I live in Jasper because of things like that. 42-14, the final score, Dora winner. But a big win for Chavis Williams and his team moving forward.
Yes, they needed this badly. I think they really refocused this week. After that last week, he gets really disappointed when they lose games. He thinks they should win. Like last week, they just played terrible.
Right.
So they've been practicing early, they've been focused on this game, and they finally took care of business, scored some points. It's different for them. They needed that. Getting
all the scores from DMEPrepZone.com. Good Hope and Addison. Addison with some issues at quarterback. Their quarterback out again Friday night. But he will be back next week for region play. I believe they go to midfield. But another close loss for Addison. It was 13-8, Good Hope. Addison, they do not lose a lot. And they've got a mat on.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking 3 in a row.
Yeah.
For a team I thought that was going to make a run here. Now, they still could. And they have really struggled without that quarterback, Roberts. I mean, apparently he was more crucial than I thought. Usually Addison just plugs the next guy in, and they do just as well. But these are good. I mean, it's a 4A team.
Yeah, it's a 4A team, a good quality 4A team. 13-8 the final score. They've lost these games. You say 3 in a row. They've had close losses, though. But talk about, we were talking about the quarterback going out, but talk about the replacement. You were talking about plugging guys in there. This freshman quarterback, he's been close to leading them to 3 victories.
I know, and he really brought them back the midfield game. They lost, I think it was, whatever their first loss was.
Right.
They were down huge at halftime when the quarterback got injured.
Right.
He stormed them back, and like you said, they lost on the last play of the game to Winston County. Lost by 2 the week before that. I mean, it's brutal. But they got everything in front of them still. Yeah, they still have a lot of football to play as they get back into region play coming up next Friday. Homecoming in Double Springs at Winston County. They were a team that did struggle with COVID issues, not only with the players, but the coaching staff. Coach Mitchell, I think he only has like 2 assistant coaches. We're talking a 2A, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3 coaches, and he was down 1 or 2 coaches. So he was by himself virtually. COVID issues, they get past that. They go and go to Addison last week. A huge win for that program. Not only to turn this season around, but I was talking to him earlier in the week, but this is a win last week against Addison that could turn the whole program around. Yeah.
I mean, when you beat Addison, that kind of is the highlight of the year, no matter what else happens, right? So they took care of Curry tonight.
Yeah, 42-8 was the final score. I was a little worried, and I asked Coach Mitchell about it, about a letdown, because the kids were so high off that win with Addison. But and the distraction with homecoming, too.
Yep, and the Morgans took care of it. Yeah. Morgan scored every touchdown tonight. All 3 of them.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Winston County, they are another team that they're picking up steam, and now they're heading back into region play, and maybe they can finish strong.
Yeah, you beat Addison. I mean, that's a leg up right there, no matter what.
Your story starts at Bevill State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevill State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties. You don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than four-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Coach Mark Hastings and the Lynn Bears get a win, 49-0 over Vina. I was happy to hear about this for Coach Hastings.
They needed this. Yeah. I mean, they held Vina to 23 yards. I mean, 5 different guys scored rushing touchdowns. It was just it was 28-0 after the first. It was just never close. They needed a game like this.
And I'm going off the top of my head here, but I think they have Barry next week.
That's right. Yeah, Barry struggled this year.
Yeah,
they're both 1-4.
Uncharacteristic for Barry, and this will be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I think that'll be really close. I mean, they've been close. They've been so close. That's why they needed this. Maybe they can start something right here. Yeah.
No surprise, another homecoming game. Summerton Christian defeats Brindley Mountain 39-0. No surprise here. Summerton Christian, would it be safe to say maybe Summerton Christian's maybe the top program in the area right now?
As I was writing the story today, that's where I went. I was like, they're 4-1,
yeah.
And the loss was 2 points.
Yeah.
They could be. I mean, they're taking care of these teams like they should.
We were talking the other day about, which team, you start talking playoffs now with the second half of the region schedule coming up, but which team may go further? And I thought it could be probably Summerton Christian.
I say Oakman still.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll see with Dora, but Summerton Christian's in a good spot.
Yeah, they're in a great spot.
They take care of this region.
Yeah, they're in a great spot. And congratulations winning homecoming 39-0.
PrepZone Wrap-Up is presented by Bevill State Community College and Kilgore Green Funeral Home.
In Jasper, they had homecoming as well, and drama against a very good quality 5A squad, Demopolis, coming into town. 33-28, the final score.
Yeah.
Jasper.
I mean, it's crazy. Why don't they pick up somebody easy? I mean, It's homecoming.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm so glad they won this game.
Yeah.
They just needed. They hadn't played in so long.
Yeah.
They get back out there, get a big win. I mean, this team is doing well. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do in this region with all these powerhouses, but the winning games like this and the Coleman game, that's huge.
Well, they have Minor coming up, and Minor's a team that has not won a ball game. Okay. And you still have 2 probably of the top tier teams left in Jackson Olin and Pinson Valley left on the schedule. Also Mortimer Jordan on the schedule. Yep. But, say that you beat Minor and Mortimer Jordan and pull an upset against a team like Jackson Olin, who is like Jekyll and Hyde. They beat Pinson Valley last week, and they turn around and they have a crazy game Friday night against Fairfield. One minute they're world beaters, the next minute, you never know what's going to happen with them. But my point is, what happens, if you slip a win against Jackson Olin or Pinson, how big is that Gardendale forfeit?
I know. What if that comes back and that's
right?
I think they could play with that team.
Yeah.
Gardendale was supposed to be really good. Everybody said that before the year started. The Jasper would probably play with them, And now they have to beat. It's kind of like Dora, the position they were in last year.
Yeah.
Had to forfeit 2 games and it killed them. And any forfeit is terrible. It's home game too.
Quarterback Spencer Rosenfeld tallied up nearly 300 yards in total offense. He ran for a couple of scores. He caught a pass from Preston Reed. The kid played well.
Yeah, I think it was 293. So, I mean, it's funny that he had 3 touchdowns and didn't throw 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, I mean, how big was that?
Yeah. And a big night for the Black and Gold. Jasper wins it. And like I mentioned, they will be at home next week against Minor, and you can hear that game on WJLX. But Minor, this is a winnable game for Jasper. Like I say, Minor has not won a ball game.
Yes, I mean, they've gone through Coleman and Demopolis. I think you can beat a team like this.
Well, all right, Jonathan. Everyone else was off. I mean, we only had a few games here because a lot of teams off, and Who do you think it helps more with the bye week? I was thinking probably Meek.
Yes, Meek is a good team.
Yeah.
And now they got Marion. Is it Marion County next week?
I believe so. But coming off that loss last week, I think the bye week probably comes at the best time for them this week.
Yeah, I think the other teams are coming off of wins. Oakland had a big win. Carbon Hill had a thrilling win. That might, they probably would like to play this week.
Mm-hmm.
We had Cordova off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was crazy. We've never had this many teams off. But Meek has a real chance to do something this year.
Absolutely. Coach Powell doing a great job with the Tigers. All right, well, that's going to do it for Prep Zone Wrap-Up presented by Bevill State Community College. Also, our thanks to Dale Green and his staff at Kilgore Green Funeral Home, 1200 Birmingham Avenue here in Jasper. You need them, 384-9503. For Johnathan Bentley, I'm Brett Elmore. We'll see you next week.